Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about 10 altcoins that you should probably be looking into right now as we do lead into this new year. And as 2024 is finally here, we are looking at the major market trends. We have been addressing them for a little bit of time now on the channel. For those out there that do want to learn more about market trends and what to really look for around this space and learn a lot more around the space as well, you guys are more than welcome to go check out ncashofficial.com. There is a full in-depth course that really kind of breaks down everything regarding, this entire market, from finding market trends to looking into when to buy, sell, things like that. So with that in mind, let's dive on in and let's talk about a few things. So like I said, 2024 is here. And it has been an incredible time already, with Bitcoin having a major move in the market and a lot of altcoins having some nice moves as well. Now, the big thing to look at right now currently is the fact that, one, Bitcoin is still going. Dominance is still rising, which means it's not too late to start packing some bags on a lot of altcoins. Now, in my opinion, everything will basically outperform Bitcoin. The reason why I say that is because right now, currently speaking with Bitcoin, I'm not looking at too crazy of a return on Bitcoin, maybe a 2x, maybe a 3x, possibly at most a 4 to 5x return. A lot of altcoins are probably going to be doing multiple 10x returns in this year. And the reason why I say that is because, of course, alt season and the bull run. Now, as we look at the 24-hour span and as we even look at the 7-day span, we could see how big altcoins are at this moment. And a lot of them are in specific categories, which we will be addressing in this video. Like I said, some of my best gains so far in this cycle have come from the AI space. AI is on fire. Gaming is on fire. Tokenization of real world assets is also on fire. I've mentioned this multiple times in previous videos talking about gems to be looking into. And well, in this video, we will be addressing that as well. Look through the sectors in this space. Look at the top 24-hour price changes. Look at where the focus is as well. One of the big things to gauge here is also looking into Google Trends and finding things before they become extremely saturated. In my opinion, right now, with crypto at the current stages that it is in, I don't believe that we are even close to oversaturation. I still think that the retail crowd is not here yet. But some of the best categories, like I said, is AI, gaming, tokenization, things like that. You could find a lot of them over here, but some of them, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to find. But let's start out with tokenization, specifically real estate. Real estate is an extremely lucrative area to start with tokenization. The first gem here, Proppy, is actually the first gem of this video. Now, this has been a project that has been around for a while. Specifically back in 2021, it was a big name. Now, it didn't really make a new all-time high, as you guys do see on the chart, but I do think that this time around is different. Now, you might be saying, Nick, why is this time around any different from the past? Well, it's very simple, right? When we go over to the categories over on DeFi Llama, which is also another great area to see where money is flowing, we can see that a lot of the TVL is coming from either one, liquid staking, lending, bridges, decentralized exchanges, CDP services, and then RWA, real world assets, such as house tokenization. $5.527 billion. The crazy thing is that this is coming from 37 protocols versus 171, 117, 1,115, 53, 332, and 139. And we could also see that up until recently, real world assets was really nothing until just recently, with it hitting over almost $6 billion worth of TVL, which is kind of crazy to say. We have seen the real world asset space erupt in value. you need to be focused on this space, because I do believe that we are going to see a significant amount of money pouring in to RWA investment. And Proppy is probably going to be one of them. And the reason why is because they continue to expand their offering. And right now, if we actually go over to their website, we can see that they already have a featured portfolio that you can buy that are all tokenized. And you can buy these right now. This is actually pretty crazy. You could just click on the view listing. I know that my internet's a little bit slow right now. It is early in the morning, but here you guys have the full on listing. You could sign in. It even has the wallet, and you can create a transaction, and you can actually purchase this either with USD, but some of them will say accepted currencies like crypto and things like that. I do think that Proppy is one to definitely watch for in this year, simply because of how big RWAs have become. But also, they just recently introduced Proppy AI, which is them leveraging AI to enhance your experience. Again, the convergence of blockchain and AI is so damn crucial to mention. But this is one that I have been focused on for a little bit of time. I heard about them back in 2021, and I continue to look at them even today. Definitely stay focused on a lot of these big players around the real estate game, especially with tokenization becoming a hot topic. And then, of course, gaming. Ultra. I know that I mentioned this one in previous videos, but guys, this is a project that I have been looking into, because this is a platform. It's not even a gaming token. It's not, tied to any gaming, project or anything like that. This is an actual project that is revolutionizing publishing. Like I said, I mentioned this in previous videos, but I do think that this one is it's an absolute gem. I've been looking into the team. I've been doing deep dives on it. I've been posting it in the private Discord, in the Patreon as well. This is definitely a project that you don't want to miss out on. It already had a nice swing in the low around 13 cents. Anything between 13 cents and 20 cents, I personally think is a great area of opportunity. I think that when this thing does erupt, it is going to erupt in a big way, especially with how much money could definitely flow into gaming once we see the retail flood coming back into this space. So definitely stay tuned to see what Ultra can definitely do. I don't think that, I seriously don't think that it's going to hurt having a little bit of a section in your portfolio catered to gaming in this new cycle. Of course, AI. So I've been talking about Array Chain in the Discord as well. This is one that I have been talking about simply because of what we have been noticing from the AI space. AI has been erupting, and this one is basically on the same level as BitTensor, which I've talked about. But look at the supply. The supply and the tokenomics behind this one can allow Array to have a major move in the market. Market cap for this thing is around $106 million fully diluted. It's still under $200 million. It's on major exchanges. This one, in my opinion, is a major gem to be focused on, especially with how big AI has become. Like I said, AI, gaming, tokenization, they are big topics. Also on the same page, Fala. So I've been talking a little bit about Fala in the Discord. Again, these are very big projects that I've done a lot of research into. That's why I'm including them in this video. Again, I don't like to talk about projects that I haven't done research on. These are ones that I've been heavily researching. I'm aware of. I know what they've been doing. I'm aware of the team behind them. Fala is one that I think everyone should be looking at least have it on your radar. Put it in your watch list. Tokenomics on this thing, 1 billion total tokens, $81 million market cap, sub $150 million fully diluted. It's on major exchanges like Binance, for an example. I do think that Fala is one to definitely watch, especially with the AI space. AI space is booming, guys. Focus on Fala. They are very small. They're still here. They're still building. They came out at a rough time back in roughly like 2020 into 2021. But I do think that this one is going to have a big run up in the market. They have a lot more maturity. They have been building. They have a lot more substance behind them. Pay attention to what Fala is doing. Now, next on the list is Viot. This one is under a $100 million fully diluted market cap, under a $60 million market cap itself. Again, tokenomics for this thing, 400 million, guys. I wish I could go back to 2022 and buy this thing, but I was able to buy it around this time here in October. I added some to my portfolio. I wish I added a lot more, but currently speaking, my portfolio is tapped out. It's already prepared for this new cycle, but if I did have a lot more room in my portfolio, I would be buying a lot of VAOT because I do think, like I said, with the AI space hot, and with a lot of these market caps being extremely low, they have a ton of upside potential. Obviously, understand the risk in crypto. Anything can go to zero, and you must be aware of this. So understand the risk, understand what you are doing when you are investing any sort of dollar into the space. None of this is financial advice. I'm just telling you guys from my point of view on the research that I've done, that in my opinion, VAOT is a big gem. But we've been talking a little bit about it as well in the Patreon group on why I do believe that VAOT is a major gem. I've done a full extensive background on the team around the project. This one is also listed on some pretty big exchanges, but I do think that this one's going to pull some pretty big numbers going into this next cycle. Now, the last few gems here, the last 5, these are more 5 gems that I personally believe are going to be big winners in this next cycle, and I'll give you a little bit of a background on them. First and foremost, Alchemy Pay. This is one that was a huge winner back in 2021 because, again, it was very new at the time. It got listed on Coinbase, had a massive run up in the market, and it never made a new high after. This one is focused on and off ramps within crypto. They are truly becoming a big player in that space. It is listed already on major exchanges. We're talking about a sub $200 million market cap, sub $200 and almost $30 million fully diluted market cap. Tokenomics for this thing, 10 billion total supply. I personally believe that this could very well do a 10, 20, 30, possibly even a 40x return, depending, of course, on how much hype there is around the space and how much money really kind of comes back into this space. But in my opinion, ACH is a major gem, especially even in the utility space. And I've been talking about Alchemy Pay for a while on the channel. There's a lot of videos regarding Alchemy Pay and doing some breakdowns regarding how big of a player Alchemy Pay is becoming in this space. You need to be focused on ACH, in my opinion, especially if you are talking about payments, remittances, things like that. They are truly trying to become a big player around P2P payments, around on and off ramps as well. So definitely focus on what ACH is doing. Also, LCX. LCX is starting to have a big move in the market, but again, look at the market cap for this thing. Look at the total supply. LCX has been on my radar forever, and I have been talking about LCX for a while on the channel as well. I've been very transparent on why I believe that LCX is still a major gem. Recently, there was a huge opportunity where overall confidence around LCX was diminishing. A lot of people thought that LCX was done, it was going to die, things like that. But honestly, LCX, first regulated exchange technically around crypto. They've been doing a lot of great things in terms of compliance. LCX has really kind of solidified itself in that space. I do think that LCX does have a very big upper hand over the rest of the space in terms of compliance and really working with regulators and setting itself up. A lot of tokenization efforts are happening within LCX as well. We have Timons, which is tokenized diamonds. We also have tokenization of Euro bonds. There's a lot going on with LCX. Focus on LCX. It's a major gem in my opinion. I did buy heavy back in the summer of 2022 into about the fall time of 2022 as well. DAG, Constellation. This is one that I don't actually have any exposure to, but I know how big of a player DAG is. I've done a lot of in-depth research into DAG and Constellation. With data becoming the new oil essentially in this digital economy, I do think that DAG does have a major role to fill, but also DAG has been around for a while. They've been doing very good stuff. I'm very focused on what DAG is doing, and this thing under $100 million market cap, under almost a $250 million fully diluted market cap, tokenomics on this thing are pretty solid. I do think that DAG could hit possibly $1 in this next cycle, which is a very substantial gain. But again, it could go higher than $1. It all depends on how much money pours into a lot of these big players. But like I said, data, AI, things like that, this is a great realm in terms of the sectors around crypto that, in my opinion, will see a lot of money pouring in. Also, Morpheus Network. This is one that has been extremely overlooked, and I honestly don't understand why. Again, I don't have any exposure to MNW. I'm mentioning it because I have done the research. Again, a lot of these coins I don't have exposure to, or a lot of exposure to. I'm mentioning them because I have done the research and I know how big of a player they are. I wish I could buy everything, but you can't be too diversified. I already have my holdings set. I already have my portfolio set. But in my opinion, Morpheus Network is definitely one to look into. Supply chain, things like that. There's a lot of big change happening around utility, things like that. But this one, under a $100 million market cap, we're talking about a $64 million market cap for MNW. I do think that MNW is going to pull significant numbers in this next cycle. And the reason why I say that is because, one, it seems as though it is already building for the next big move in the market, but it also has a ton of listing opportunity because it's only on KuCoin and Gate.io. But also the tokenomics for this thing. I mean, this thing could very well become a beast in this cycle. But I have been doing a lot of research on what they've been doing. The supply chain is definitely one to focus on here. But there's also a lot of things happening around trade finance, stuff like that. Again, I'm very focused on the utility side of some of these projects, and Morpheus Network is definitely one to keep on the watch list. Even if you don't want to have any exposure to it, I still think that you should watch what this project is doing and watch some of the moves that the team has been making as well. Also, big shout out to Tokenizer, because Tokenizer actually gave me, or I shouldn't even say gave me, but he basically put out a post over on X, which made me look more into Morpheus Network. And from what I've seen, this thing is, it's definitely one to focus on. And then last but not least, DSLA. So this is one that we bought early into 2023. And since then, I've been doing a lot of research on DSLA. I think that this could be a big player in the space. It's under a $10 million market cap. So the upside potential here could very well be substantial. You got to be very cautious. Again, high risk, high reward. This one's not on major exchanges, but it is on some pretty big ones. Again, with DSLA, I'm more so looking at the team, looking at the product offering, looking at how vocal they have been, and they have become a big player in 2023, in my opinion. And now that we are in 2024, I do think that this one could pull some significant numbers as well. Patterns kind of repeating like back in 2021. So, hey, if we are looking at this thing could easily 5-10x. So I'm watching to see what DSLA does. I'm still focused on what the team has been doing and also what they've been building, but definitely focus on a lot of these gems, because again, now is probably the best time to be looking into a lot of altcoins, looking into ones that haven't run hard yet. Like for example, LCX is starting to break out. This could very well be a missed opportunity, but a lot of these are still sitting sideways or waiting for the next leg up. So definitely at this current moment in time, the best advice that I could give you, not financial advice, is to look into some of these gems before the big pops, especially right now with, Bitcoin ranging, the market brewing for the next leg up. We're starting to see ETF discussions quite a bit. We're starting to see the mainstream media highlighting some of, crypto hype and things like that, really kind of bringing back the retail flood. Now is probably the best time to be looking into altcoins, especially ones that are undervalued, overlooked, and there's not the wave for it yet. But again, like I said, be early and you will reap the reward. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.